Hello, sir. Mahipal, sir. Can we restart with our session? Next session?
Sure, sure. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, so let's continue our discussion with respect to the custom GPT. So let me demonstrate my GPT also briefly. So as you can see, for every custom GPT, at least in the case of Chat GPT, you will see this kind of shortcut buttons. So usually what designers do for frequently asked kind of prompts, they have this, they put this kind of buttons. So for example, detailed guide will summarize if I click on it, then it will summarize what are the capabilities of this particular GPT, right? So it's explaining me how to use it, right? So for example, as you can see, all the commands have been listed over here. For example, as name hobby, if you write like this, then story will be generated based on whatever you are saying. And this is the syllabus of this particular GPT. And let's say I don't like this response in terms of Hindi, then I can just turn on English mode on. So if I just write E, then the response will be converted into English, as you can see. So now it's giving me the same response, but now it has been changed to English. And similarly, we can go for English mode also by just writing EH. But for now, let's say I'm interested in kind of creating a story so that I can understand a particular topic nicely. For example, with respect to Python programming, I am just writing my name. Let's say my name is Maipal. I like, let's say, chess, but I don't know anything about, let's say, while loop for now. So I will just say this. Okay. And then, as you can see, it will kind of connect, right, all these things in terms of story, and the main character will be Maipal, right? And the idea is, since I know chess, but I don't know about while loop, but it will start with chess, right? It will talk about some idea of chess, and then how that particular idea of chess is connected with while loop, that is kind of explained, right? So as you can see over here, right? And not only this, you can, and towards the end, of course, it's giving some quiz and also video, and video will be from my channel, of course, in this particular case. But if you don't like this, then you can, of course, convert the response into English one more time so that you get it properly in the English, the same response. And next, let's say, even after going through the story, I'm not able to understand this properly. Then I can just write M. M stands for more metaphors. Then it will give me number of metaphors so that I can understand. As you can see, it's giving me 5 super relatable metaphors so that I can understand while loop very easily. So the idea is the most of the teachers, if we observe the famous ones, they are famous not just because they know good with respect to subject, they know everything about subject, and their communication skills, one can say, very good, but the important thing is they connect with their students very nicely, effortlessly, and that is happening because they know their students, right? And with AI now we can fill this particular gap because we may not know, we cannot know all of our students, right? We can't know all their hobbies, but we can have this kind of tool which can capture their hobbies and kind of convert those known to kind of connect those known to unknown, right, with respect to knowledge, right? So that's where AI can help us with respect to personalization, right? So as you can see, it's giving a lot of metaphors, and if you want, you can also ask for some real world applications. So just by writing R, it will give real world application of that particular concept, right? So you can imagine for the same concept, how many different aspects we can cover just in couple of minutes with this kind of easy commands, right? So that's the idea of this custom GPT, right? So that's how one can utilize the power of it. You can design this and then share it with others. But of course, there are some limitations, like with respect to financial aspect. If you would like to create custom GPTs, if you want to use it, then use is free. But if you want to create, then of course you have to go for Chat GPT Plus plan. In the basic plan, one cannot create this kind of one can say custom GPT. Utilization is free. You can go to the store and use them. But for creation, you have to go for plus plan. But now you have one alternative, right? So recently, I guess just 2 days back, Gemini has introduced this particular new feature, as you can see. Now you can share your jams with others. So that means whatever custom jam you have created, just like custom GPT, now you will be able to share it with your friends, right? So soon you will have one activity session in which what I recommend, you can come up with this kind of idea of custom GPT and design it, and then you can share it with others as well as with us. So that we can, so all you need to do is you need to go to this new gem, and then you have to kind of fill this kind of template, right? And it's very easy, right? What all instruction you already know how to write a good prompt. I have explained in detail about nothing but create framework, and you also know about parts framework. Apart from that, you can include your own knowledge. You can include your files by adding files over here, and that's it. You, in the preview section, you will be able to see side by side what it is creating, right? So for example, you can start with any of the example. Let's say I would like to create kind of jam which can give me lab problems repeatedly, right? Whenever I ask, it will give me problems of Python programming in a particular structure or template. So I can, of course, create it right now and demonstrate this to you. But what I recommend is you do this by yourself. Then only you will be able to appreciate it. So it's very simple. I am explaining each and every field, but you have to do it by yourself. As you can see, you have to give the name. Then you have to write down instruction. This is just like your prompt. What all capabilities you want with respect to this particular gem, and then you can include some knowledge base, and then in the preview side by side you can interact with it, how it looks, what type of responses it's giving, and then if you feel, you can modify your instructions. So it's a iterative process. One can create one GPT in 5 minutes also, and one can create GPT creation may require, let's say, 2 months also. So it's up to you, means at what level of preciseness you want. For example, in my case, for Python ki Pathshala, it took me around 2.5 months to create it in a proper way, right? So it's up to means every time I design it, then I observe something that there are some issues with the outcome. This is not what I want, right? I can include this feature also, I can include that feature also, but of course there are some limitations, because limitations will come in terms of length of instructions. You can't give too many instructions over here. There is a specific character set. If you go beyond that, then it won't allow, right? So you have to be precise. What is your priority, right, with respect to functionalities? Which functionalities you prefer to have? Which are your mandatory functionalities which you would like to put in this particular gem or custom GPT? And then you can include your personalized material. And of course, people won't be able to see your material. Of course, whatever you include in knowledge, it won't be visible to others. Of course, your prompt won't be able to visible to others, but they will be able to interact with the platform, or the GPT which you have created. Just like here, as you can see, for example, if you go to this one over here, so you can't see what I have written in the inside Python ki Pathshala, but you can of course interact with it, right? So that's the idea of custom GPT. It's a bundle of your prompt along with some files which are exclusively with you, but you are sharing this interface with others so that others can interact with it and utilize the power of prompt which you have written from your experience and one can say knowledge, as well as your material. Because of course these responses are not based on training of ChatGPT itself, right? Of course it's using its own training, but apart from that, I have also trained it on my around 20 different files I have uploaded with respect to my Google Colab notebooks, which I have uploaded, and also some different set of instructions I have put inside PDF, and I have uploaded those PDF as nothing but knowledge set to for this particular GPT. So that's the idea of GPT. So the idea, the objective must be you must think about some kind of repetition, and not necessarily every GPT which you create that is for others. You can have some GPT just for yourself. Whatever repetitive task you are doing, you can have GPT for it. And because you don't need to write the same prompt again and again if you have this kind of GPT. That's the whole idea of it. That if I'm doing some tasks repeatedly, then every time I have to write the same. For example, let's say I'm doing summarization a lot of times, or maybe I'm writing a LinkedIn article many times and I'm following a particular template. So that every time I have to kind of go through the same set of instructions with respect to Chat GPT. I have to tell it that this is not what I want. I don't want to use this symbols in my LinkedIn. I don't want emojis in it. I want this kind of structure. Right? This is just one example, right? Example can be anything, right? It can be of for your mail purpose also, right? So whatever you know better, what is your repetitive task for which you can design this kind of custom gem or custom GPT, so that you don't need to every time remember the exact prompt, and you don't need to even copy paste that particular prompt. All you need to do is just you can also come up with this shortcuts. Like in my case, I have given this kind of thing like M stands for metaphors, R stands for real world examples. If I just write some topic name, then it will give me all the details about that particular topic, generic overview kind of mini lesson. For example, if I just write for loop, then it will give me all the important details, including motivation. That why learning for loop is important. That is also important thing, because many of the times in the classroom usually one should start the session from motivation why learning this particular topic is important. Then of course metaphors, syntax, examples, a particular code, and so on and so forth, and then some advanced concept of course, and it will also recommend that what you should do next, right? And there are some other modes also, but I am not spending too much time over here. But you can explore if you, in case if you are interested in learning the Python, or if you want to teach, then also it's a good tool, because in the class, instantly you can create some nice stories. Right, so I've created many stories, that including, and students like stories, which especially if they are aligned with their favorite movies, like Three Idiots, right? So then they will be able to relate very easily with the seemingly difficult concepts. So that's the whole idea of custom GPT, as you can see. And one more time, the important thing is to utilize this library. So as per my last knowledge, there are more than 3 lakh GPTs available on GPT Store, right? And this is one of the most underrated, one can say, or unutilized feature of Chat GPT, right? A lot of GPTs are there which are created, and they are kind of very nice, but awareness is very less about this GPTs. And you can see a lot of categories are there, right? If you want to learn programming, or if you want to do something with respect to programming, you can go to this section. If you want to work with Excel, then you can go for GPT, which are designed just for Excel. So if you search in this particular middle box, then as you can see, Excel AI, 2 million plus people have used it. Excel Pro, 200K plus people have used it. Not people, I guess they are conversations. So 2 million plus conversation itself is a big number. So as you can see. And now I guess this will answer the question of Dr. Suresh about how we can accomplish different types of tasks. So you can look for different custom GPT, and of course, like this is very one can say, how should I say it? It's also about which plan of ChatGPT you are using. So in case if you are using plus version, then of course you have better insights, because you have extensive availability with respect to ChatGPT 5 model, and there are different modes also, because just yesterday they have introduced this new thing over here with respect to thinking. Also now you can manage which mode, whether it's standard or extended. So those kind of tiny things they are advancing. But if I talk about the traditional way, then you can see this ChatGPT 5 and the different version things are over there with respect to for some of the tasks you made, just like humans. If I ask you some question and I tell you to answer instantly, just like let's say Coffee with Karan show, rapid fire round, then your response will be something. But if I ask you the same question and if I give you, let's say, 30 seconds to think, then your response will be more sensible. So many of the times when you think, when you feel that longer thinking may improve the answer, then you can turn on this kind of thinking mode, right? So that's there. And since this FDP is on ethics, I feel that I should also talk about how to ensure the privacy of our kind of conversation. So for that particular purpose, what we can do, let me just yes, just a second. Let me go to this data control. So as you can see, if I go to data controls, so here there is one option of improve the model for everyone, and I have kept this off. Why? Because if I keep this on, then the OpenAI platform, they will be able to kind of train their model. Even they can include my all all the conversations which I have had with ChatGPT for the training purpose. So I have purposefully kind of turned this off. But if you check yours, then it will be turned on by default. So you can, as you can see, you can read over here that allow your content to be used to train our models, right? So which makes ChatGPT better for you and everyone who use it. But so it's up to you. But I feel if you are sharing some personal information or some sensitive information, then it's better that you keep this particular option turned off so that it doesn't go. Right, whatever you discuss remains kind of private. Right, so that's the idea of it. And of course, there is private mode that you can turn that private mode if you want something right, which is not required to be stored in the memory. Then you can go to this temporary chat option also. So there also whatever is there, it will be removed after 30 days. So that option is also there. Okay. Fine. So now maybe I can talk briefly about one more tool. Any other questions? I will check the chat box in case if you have. Okay, fine, no questions. Okay, so one more tool which I recommend for again, since the FDP is on knowledge discovery, so how to do this ethically. So nowadays people don't read a lot, right? A lot of not just about teachers, it's also about sorry, I should say not just about students, it's also about teachers, right? We don't read a lot. So how to kind of improve our reading, how to read interactively in AI era. So that's the idea of this Umata tool. So let me just showcase this very quickly. So I have uploaded one particular PDF in this particular tool, and it has this beautiful interface in which on left hand side we will have power of AI, and right hand side is nothing but my actual PDF which I uploaded, and the interface is beautiful. So I can kind of focus if I want to read more, then I can focus on this particular PPT. I can kind of expand this. But if I want to focus on interaction, then I can focus on this left tab. So up to this point, it seems nothing fancy, but now the interesting part will come. So let's say if I am asking this particular question, what is the atomic weight of Li? Okay, lithium. So then it's giving me answer, but not only it's giving me answer, it's also giving me citation. So if I click on this particular button, then it will automatically highlight in the PDF from where it took this answer. So you can see one yellow line over here. Maybe because of its overlapping effect, you are not able to see it. Let me go to one more question where it's more evident. So as you can see here, I am getting one citation. So if I click over here, then you can see this portion has been highlighted over here, right? So this is kind of one can say it's encouraging non-linear reading. Not necessarily whatever you are reading, you have to read it line by line, right? It may be the case that you would like to learn about a particular concept, and that particular concept has been mentioned many times in the PDF, but in non-linear fashion. So this will kind of fetch it all the occurrences of it. You can imagine a lot of use cases of it. Right? So as you can see, there are many use cases. For example, I can student can use it to check his or her understanding. As per my understanding, I am giving this statement, and then it's telling me your understanding is incorrect. The correct statement must be this, and this is you can verify it. You can click over there, and you can see, oh, okay, this is the correct statement. So whatever I said is wrong. So you can imagine that let's say I have read student, let's say I have read this material, I have read this entire chapter, and then I'm just writing my understanding, and this tool will verify whether my understanding is correct or not. And let's say I'm just interested in searching a particular definition. I will just mention that particular point, and it will search for a lot of use cases. It can also, of course, generate MCQs and along with, of course, correct answers. And the main thing is the citation. So ethical way is, and one can say to kill hallucination, this is the best possible way that instantly whatever is being generated, you are verifying whether it's correct or not by clicking on this button, and it will automatically highlight from where it's taking this content. So you can verify side by side that whatever is being generated, it's correct or not, right? And of course, there are three modes, just like temperature values. You can also fine tune this. There are three different modes. One is grounded mode, where everything will be based on whatever we are uploading. Second one is balance mode, where something it can generate by its own. And third one is, of course, creative mode, in which the responses will be loosely based on whatever we are uploading, and majority will be kind of creative nature. And as you can see, there are two different aspects over here. First one is citation, which will just highlight the corresponding things in yellow color, yellow font. But apart from that, pages are also there. So pages will tell us what all page numbers have been used in overall response. So as you can see, three responses have been generated. And for these three responses, overall, only page number 2, 5, and 19 have been utilized. Right. So this is also kind of promoting reading indirectly. For example, if my understanding is not good with respect to this three question, then it's recommending me that go through page number 2, 5, and 19 in some sense, so that I can kind of improve my understanding by going through it, right? And in some cases, as you can see, there is no citation, so that means the response is generated by its own. There is no, it's not legitimate response. You have to verify it. And why is giving response like this? Because I have turned the mode to creative. If your mode is normal, then of course it won't give response in grounded mode like this. If you are so, in other words, what I'm trying to say, if you ask something which is not discussed in the material, then it will say straight away no if your mode is grounded. And of course, you can go to settings and change your mode. I can showcase that to you very quickly. But let me showcase one more interesting use case, because since this is FTP, a lot of us are from we want to do curriculum kind of modification many times. So let's say I would like to design a new curriculum based on curriculum of some nice institutes, including MIT. So what I have done, I have uploaded these three files. Only two are relevant. This is not relevant to my question, but I'm just trying to understand the capabilities of this particular tool, Umata. Therefore, I have uploaded these three PDFs. And now there is one nice, interesting button which is called Ask All. So Ask All means I can interact simultaneously with all these three PDF, and then I can ask questions. Like, so in order to save time, I've already asked questions so that we can just go through them. So what I've asked, design 10 weeks long course based on attached files on generative AI. Give me week-wise content for the same. Make sure you add all the relevant topics from the attached files. So this is a very nice use case when you know that you would like to kind of mimic nice universities with good QS ranking, and you would like to accommodate that kind of course material or course content in your own course. So then you can use this tool like this. And with each week, it's also giving me citation. So I can click and verify whether this particular content has been already mentioned or not, right? So as you can see, I'm getting something in yellow, and then I can verify these 3 points must come from this, right? Similarly over here, and you can see it's also changing files. This is my first file, right? So let me try to showcase like this. This is my first file. Then if I click on this particular button next, then it will showcase the second file. And the last one will be, of course, the third file, which is not relevant to the question, but just to showcase that every time it's going to refer only file 1 and file 2, not file 3. I've uploaded this. So as you can see, it's only referring to towards the end. It's also mentioning from this PDF, I have referred to page number 1 and 2. From this second PDF, I have referred to page number 1 and 2. There is no mention of this syllabus syllabus-english.pdf because it was not required. So it intelligently understands what is required and what is not for the given question, right? So you can imagine other use cases also. For example, in the class, you are asking a particular question, whether or you are just saying a statement, whether it's that particular statement is true or false. You can just write that particular statement over here, and before pressing enter, you can just sense the anticipation from the students, and then the tool will answer whether it's correct or not. And of course, it will locate the corresponding mention about that particular statement in the book or the material which you have given to the student, right? So, and of course, there is possibility of sharing this bundled material with your student also, just like custom GPT. You can do that also. So in that particular case, of course, interaction won't come, but you are giving that particular bundle, that this bundle you can interact to enhance your reading or enhance your understanding. So that's how one can utilize it. And of course, one more use case can be with respect to research, how to improve research or how to do literature review. So what you can do, of course, you can upload your research papers and you can go for this ask all option, and then you can ask all type kind of questions. And whatever you ask, you can see that it's also giving citation. So if citations are coming, so then, and this is old interaction, therefore this buttons are not working. But if you start something fresh, then of course it will highlight, right? So that's how it works, right? So I can say summarize both the papers in 2 paragraphs, right? Something like this. So then it will summarize the key findings of both the works, right? So as you can see, it's summarizing this. And not only this, it also works on different language. So as you can see, it's exactly giving 2 paragraphs and it has summarized this. And not only this, you can also try this in some other language. It supports around, I guess, 14 to 15 different language. This is very old resume or CV of mine, and I try to interact with it in other languages, including Hindi and English, and as well as Gujarati, as you can see. So it has captured, right? So you can imagine the number of use cases are there. So primarily, what I'm trying to highlight over here is that it's a nice way to promote reading, right? In some interactive way with power of AI, of course, because left hand side you have AI, just like our Chat GPT or Notebook LM, and right hand side we have PDF, which looks very traditional. We are not changing anything with respect to the structure or overall look and feel of that particular PDF. It's as it is file which we have uploaded. And not only that, they also support uploading doc file, PPT file, text file, and of course you can also upload website, and you can also communicate with or interact with YouTube videos. So those are the features which they have added afterwards. So this is also quite underrated tool, but it's a good tool, right? So I'm also sharing the link of this in the chat box. So I guess now this is the time for activity. So I will answer questions of yours, and then we can. An activity, what I recommend first is, of course, whatever tools I have mentioned so far, you can kind of go through them and kind of try with respect to your particular problem. That is one thing. But apart from that, what I recommend, create at least one nice prompt for some specific use case, and ideally go for what I recommend is nothing but custom GPT, or if you want, you can also go for nothing but if in case if you are not using Chat GPT, then you can go for Gemini and use nothing but custom one can say gems. So that is also there, right? So as you can see here, if you go to gemini.google.com/gems/create, then you will be able to create gems also. And let's see if something is pending. Okay, yes, one thing is pending. With respect to temperature, I have given this kind of summary to you. But with respect to tokens, it was pending, right? So the idea of token is internally everything is for vocabulary of ChatGPT is stored in terms of tokens. So therefore, it understands the language of token very nicely. So if you want very short answers, then you can give very small values of tokens. And of course, it's obvious that if you want answers on longer length, answers of longer length, then you can provide a very high value of tokens. And if you want something in between, then accordingly, you can provide moderate length tokens like 200 to 500, right? So you can try. So for your own case, there can be different combination, right? I'm just giving you some guidelines. So you have to come up with your own temperature value for the corresponding task and token value, right, which suits you the best. But this is the idea of tokens. So kind of control with respect to, and it's slightly better than control with respect to words. Of course, they are improving in terms of words also, but tokens are extremely kind of one can say sensitive, and it will fall. One token is roughly equal to 4 characters, right? And that's how it works. Okay, because the internal communication works in the language of tokens, so therefore it goes like this. And let me just go through my slides. So in case if something is pending, then we will discuss. Right. So this GPTs, we've already seen Scholar GPT as well as Python Ki Pathshala. You can also check other GPTs. You can go to the GPT store and explore. The famous ones are, of course, widely used for coding, but there are others also you can explore. And then we have talked about Umata very briefly, but the key features are, as you can see, summarization. Once you upload a document, it will automatically summarize it, and then you can go for question answer, and of course, you can use it for content generation. And apart from that, revision purpose, you can use it. We have seen a couple of use cases out of this four, and then you can use it for verify your understanding or summarization of key concepts. And these three modes are there: grounded, balanced, and creative. So just like temperature, low temperature, medium temperature, and high temperature, right? So that's how it works. And real-time language translation, like I mentioned, it provides this. It offers all these languages, not just English. It also supports Spanish, Hindi, French, Gujarati, right? So all you can try with language support also. What all things are available, and of course you can upload more than one papers and try for literature review and compare the future work of the paper, and you can come up with even uh, new ideas, right? So those are the things which you can do. And of course, I will answer the questions. But in case you have any other questions, then you can connect with me on LinkedIn, or maybe you can email me if you want. So these are my contact details. And now I will take questions from the chat box if any, or you can unmute and ask. Yes. Any questions?
Friends, do you have any question?
You have explained so well that there is no question.
Either they have understood everything or nothing, right? Two cases are possible.
No, no, sir. The presentation was very lucid, I would say.
Thank you. Thank you.
But the only thing is that see, you have given the many use cases, especially for
Mm.
scholars. Sometime what happen when we find there is a like academic writing, sorry, this AI writing is visible on the document. So
Mhm.
now, how to solve it? That how to like remove that? That is a great challenge sometimes because we sometimes feel that we have written it's completely original, but even then
Right.
they look at so the
Uh,
false positive and all of the things are there na?
Right,
So
right. So that
how
is happening, ma'am, because like we become, like for example, let's say I spend my most of the time with my five close friends. Then indirectly, my behavior will be like them only, right? So similarly, now what is happening? We are reading a lot of content which is generated by AI. So
correct.
indirectly, in our writing also, those patterns are appearing, right? So that is also one more challenge, that we are reading a lot, but not from standard textbooks or some from formal authors, but we are reading from Chat GPT and Gemini. So this is again content which is generated by AI. So if I'm reading a lot from AI, then whatever I am writing, that will be also like AI. So so
This is
first thing is one should miss as a researcher, one should go for reading with standard textbooks so that that formal tone can come in the writing. That is the first thing. And second thing is, of course, there are some observations, like for example, this kind of hyphen. If hyphen is coming many times, then it's obvious that it is generated by ChatGPT. Most of the times, 99% of the times. So those things, even if you like even if you are writing it for your own style, but if you are using it, then people may feel that it is generated by AI, or maybe system is also feeling like that. So we have to kind of avoid it. So those kind of things are there which one can do. First thing is reading technical books or standard research papers so that the tone can be different. And second thing, like I mentioned, if your writing is original, let's say I've written something on my own, and then also the kind of some kind of plagiarism is coming, then of course I have this option that I can upload it, and then I can just look at into the sections or subsections where plagiarism is coming, and I can give one more chance. I can go for one more iteration with some changes so that it kind of eliminates that particular plagiarism.
Yeah, see, that is the best way that we write and
Hmm.
read our own self. But the kind of practices is happening now in the world, everybody like can
Right.
easily access AI. So then, what to do? How should we prevent that it should not reflect as AI? That is the main issue. It's like everything like we even don't want to go. Yesterday only I saw one person I asked about the what are the guidelines of particular institution. So
Hmm.
she has not seen the main document. She has asked through AI, and it was same.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
how to control it? How to address it? That is the issue, na?
Yes, that is there. There are some limitations which will take some time to adaptation is also one issue, and one can say adaptation in wrong way. That is also one bigger issue.
Correct, correct, correct. No, no. Any other question? Yeah, there is a question from Dr. Patra.
Should individuals have the legal right to their own image and voice in the era of
Yes, yes, yes. It is
so?
there. Because
Again, I guess Professor Manju can answer this better.
no,
It's
no,
not
recently, no, recently in the newspaper, Aishwarya Rai has said na, that her image and voice cannot
right,
be used.
right.
Similarly, I
Same with I guess Amitabh Bachchan and also Jackie
Amitabh
Shroff. They
Bachchan
also
and Anil
uh,
Kapoor also. So that see, yes, you have like this is under privacy actually. You
right,
have
of course.
all control on your content, so you can always take preventive action for that.
So therefore, be careful. So for example, right now also it's dangerous. Right, this session is being recorded and it's going to be there on YouTube. So someone can
Correct.
just take 3 minutes of this session and easily mimic my or Manju ma'am's voice and make
Yes,
it
yes,
public. Right.
yes, yes.
So that is there. That's challenging. It's difficult to kind of, and even if it's available, first thing is how are you going to locate it? Because the data generation is also kind of becoming very, one can say, rapidly in the
Rapid,
AI era. Right. It's very easy to generate new data,
easy.
and
Correct.
to even to locate it, it's very difficult. So of course,
Correct.
one has legal right, but how to first verify whether kind of crime has been done or not. That is even bigger challenge.
Correct. 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 Any other question? Today is the sixth day, right? So enough AI. Yeah.
As we are reaching towards the end, I would request all the participants to kindly turn on their camera for a good photograph. Sir, please, ma'am and sir, please.
मैं ऑन करूंगा तो मेरा कुछ इशू आ रहा है अभी तो मेरा बाद में ज्वाइन कर लेना बाकी सब कर लो कोई बात
फिर आपको जल्दी लेने की फोटो चलिए ठीक है
नहीं नहीं कोई बात नहीं मैम है कोई दिक्कत नहीं
No, we have taken a photograph yesterday. Remember, you can share
हाँ
that.
यस ऑफ कोर्स वो कर लेंगे और देन यू वांट टू वेट फॉर मे बी 2-3 मिनट्स मोर मैं वो सेटअप करके कुछ ट्राई करता हूँ सो आई विल गो बैक एंड जॉइन अगेन गिव मी वन मोर मिनट सो आई विल
Okay.
ट्राई अगर
Okay.
1 मिनट में होता है तो ठीक है बट देन अदरवाइज यू कैन
Okay. Okay.
जस्ट
Okay.
या
Okay, sir.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Because otherwise, also everybody don't open their video. So,
okay then it's fine it's okay
uh,
yeah for sure
it's like Saturday, Sunday. Anything else?
Ma'am, we are just getting to the main screen. 1 minute, please. Stop screen share.
This is fine. Here also my photo is there, so you can have that.
Can the participants also put on their camera?
Participants are requested to turn on their cameras for a group picture fast so we can wrap up for today. Do it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Let's call it a day and join sharp at 9:15 tomorrow for the last day.
Just for the participants, tomorrow we'll be, learning many other skills that will be helpful for us using generative AI, and those skills are going to be useful for many of our day-to-day tasks. So hope to see everybody right on time tomorrow, and thanks a lot, Mahipal sir, for the insightful session.
Thank you so
can
much.
you
Thank you.
also detail about the quiz and everything? Although you have given the message on the group, still about the
Yes.
quiz.
Yes, so participants, the quiz has been live for all of you on the Canvas platform. Tomorrow, until midnight tomorrow, you can take it. So after, let's say, tomorrow's session, you can attempt it, and it is mandatory for you to take the quiz to get the certificate. So please ensure that you take the quiz by time. Anything else, ma'am? Do you want to add anything?
No, that's fine because they should be aware about it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a
Thank you so
nice
much, sir.
weekend. One day is over, but have a nice weekend, I'm saying.
Thank you, ma'am. Same
Okay,
to you.
okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay, ma'am.
Can we leave?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.